Hi, this is Peter with BibleMoneyMatters.com talking today about the Home Affordable Refinance Program. Uh, some of you may have heard of the Home Affordable Refinance Program in the past. It started back in early 2009. The gist of the program is that it was a way for people who were having a hard time with their mortgages, having a hard time making payments, and so forth. It was a way for them to refinance their home loans into a better rate without having to go through some of the traditional stop gaps that you would have to go through for a mortgage. In other words, a lot of people were underwater in their mortgages where they owed more on their home than it was actually worth. But the program allowed people all the way up to 125% loan to value ratio be able to refinance. Or it allowed people who didn't currently have PMI on their loans, allowed them to refinance and not have to start paying that PMI on their new refinance mortgage. Our family was one of the folks that actually had that problem. We weren't paying PMI because we had put 20% down on our home. But if we were to refinance, since our home value had dropped so much, we would have to start paying PMI. But since we refinanced under the Making Home Affordable Refinance Program, we didn't have to start paying PMI. We were able to leave that off and refinance into a lower rate since rates had dropped almost a point and a half since we first bought the home back in 2006. So in any event, Making Home Affordable Refinance Program was set up as a way for people to get into, again, refinance their loans, get into a more affordable loan so they didn't lose their house, and also, again, not have to start paying PMI if they didn't originally. When the program was brought up, over 9 million people were eligible for the program, and it was thought that a lot of those people were going to go through with it and actually do a refinance. But as of August 31st, 2011, only about 894,000 people had actually gone through and done the Making Home Affordable refinance. The reason for that is a lot of the people, again, were still way too far underwater in their homes. The 125% loan to value ratio was a problem for a lot of those people, so they just weren't able to go through with it. A lot of other people just had problems with the banks because a lot of these banks had problems actually implementing the program, or they were slow with the paperwork, or they didn't really set things up in order to handle the number of people that were coming through trying to do the refinance. A lot of paperwork was lost. People had to send in their paperwork 3 or 4 different times. They started a refinance or a modification, and then months later it would turn out that they hadn't actually done it, and the bank would basically mess with them, and they'd have to start all over. So this past week, President Obama and his administration announced that they were going to be making some changes to the Home Affordable Refinance Program. A lot of people were speculating about what those changes might be, but I have a list here of some of the things that were actually on the slate to be changed and that they announced would be. First of all, they're going to be removing the loan-to-value ceiling of the 125% loan-to-value ratio that they had on there previously. They're going to be removing that altogether, and that's not even going to be an issue anymore for people. They're going to be also eliminating certain risk-based fees for borrowers who refinance into shorter-term mortgages, and they'll also be lowering some fees for other borrowers. They're also going to be waiving certain representations and warranties that lenders commit to in making loans owned or guaranteed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. And finally, they're going to be extending the end date for HARP until December 31st, 2013 for loans that were originally sold to enterprises on or before May 31st, 2009. So again, the program's getting pushed back out. It was originally only slated to go through the end of this year, I believe, or no, through the end of 2012. So they're extending the program. They're removing the loan value ceiling. Unfortunately, for people like me who have already done a home affordable refinance, they are not lifting the ceiling or the thing that says you can only do one of these refinances. Again, our family already did one refinance. We're able to get into a lower interest loan. But since we've already done one now, we will not be able to go through with it again, even though the rates have again dropped even more, another point and a half since we refinanced. So we may end up trying to do a refinance outside of the home affordable program anyway, just because the rates are so low. Our only issue may be that our home value has dropped so much that we're going to be below that 75% loan-to-value ratio that a lot of the lenders want in order to get the best rates. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about the Home Affordable Refinance Program, if you have used it yourself, if you're trying to do it right now, if you're getting shuffled around at one of the banks and having all sorts of problems, and also what you think about the changes that they're making to the program, if you think they'll help people, if you think more than the 890,000 people that have done refinances now, if you think more people will get on the bandwagon now that the loan-to-value ratio ceiling is gone. So again, comment here on Bible Money Matters or on YouTube, and I will talk to you soon.